Uh, do you know the critical value? Critical value? Anybody know critical value? Because without knowing the critical value, you can't express this particular. Okay, now this beta value, the path value, this one actually showing the amount or the magnitude of the relation. For example, this one is 0.10, 0.99.88, negative value, for example, here negative 0.76, like whatever the value. For example, 2 are the positive value, 3 are the negative value. So here we know that by looking at the p value, there is a relationship between the variable. But here we see the degree and the direction. In which direction the relationship is? So positive value means there is a direct relation. If in increasing in for example this one, I am just explaining this one. QLS in this case significance value is 0, beta value or the path value is 0.99, and how we explain this? We can say 1 unit change in quality causes 0.99 unit या 99% increase in sales. We can explain this in a way. 1 unit change in 1 unit increase in quality causes 0.99 increase in sales. This is the interpretation. Clear? Now comes the negative part. Here, there is a relationship between time to market and sales, but here the relation is negative. It means how we can explain it? By increasing 1 unit in time to, by improving the time to market, causes decline in sales by 0.18. It means 88% decline will happen if you are improving 100% time to market. This is the interpretation. This is the simple interpretation. Okay? Clear? So you have to see and define that level. Okay? Based on mentioning the P value, path or beta value, and the predictor value. Predictor means the independent variable. In some software you will see at below the table it is clearly mentioned predictor variable. Below the table clearly mentioned predictor variable Q, P, I and F, because there is no relationship between the P and F. That's why here the table will not write that particularly. Okay. So from here you can also see which are the variables which are affecting the dependent variable. Clear? Clear? Sir, how do you identify that whether we use one tail or two tails? One tail and two tails. That's why I was asking about the critical value. किसको पता है? Okay. This is the normal distribution. What is the important feature of normal distribution? Anybody else? But I am asking about what is the main important feature of normal distribution? Okay. By two things we can explain any normal distribution. One is the kurtosis, one is the skewness. Have you heard the term? What is the kurtosis? What is skewness? Very, very. What is the skewness?
Whether it is symmetric or asymmetric.
Very good. Skewness actually explaining the symmetry of the normal distribution. It will be hard to suppose that this is normal distribution, although it is not a normal distribution, and just using this to explain the skewness. That means if we cut the entire normal distribution and overlap, when they are equally overlapping, that is highly symmetrical, that is the skewness. Okay. How symmetrical both parts, that is actually explaining the skewness of the normal distribution. Now the kurtosis. Anybody? Okay. This one. Okay. The distance between this two, this one, that. Okay. Now come to the point. Another important feature of normal distribution is this curve never touch the x-axis. Okay? Triangle नहीं करता, ये infinite जाता है. Okay? Here, come to the point. This is the area we are assuming our the statistic value lies. Okay? And we are assuming that when the value lies in this particular area, we will accept the null hypothesis. Really? We are assuming that like 95% level or 90% level, any confidence level. This area we divide, it will remaining 10, 5 and 5. It will 0.05, 0.05. Suppose that we are taking the 90% confidence level. Okay? So we are assuming that when we are taking the 90% confidence level, we are assuming that two things. One, I am 90% confident that my data is correct and lies within the specified area. And second, the data is come in this area. Okay? This is the acceptance region and this one is the rejection area. Now come to the hypothesis part where we were formulating the hypothesis. There were three answers of any research question, and hypothesis is the answer, the tentative answer of the research question. Okay? So there may be no relation and there may be relation. When there is a relation, that is alternate. When there is no relation, null. To come to the alternate, because when we are going with null hypothesis, it means there is no requirement of any further research. If we are assuming that there is no relationship, it means there is no need of research. So always we go with the alternate hypothesis, we are assuming the relationship. And on the basis of data, we improve our opinion, this is right or wrong. Okay? So in alternate, there are three options which I told you. One, you assume that there is a negative relation, and then remember, this one is the positive side and this one is the negative side. When you are proposing the hypothesis that you get the positive relationship between price and the sale, you have to see this reaction area. When you are proposing there is a negative relationship between the price and quality, you have to see this area. And when you are proposing, it means you are not giving any direction. It means you are saying there is a significant relationship between price and sale. It means it is open-ended. In any direction it could be. Okay? In any direction it could be. So, when we are using negative one, we will rub this. Only this one you will see. Take it? And just waiting for explaining you. ठीक है ना? In case of one, if one direction you are mentioning, it will be negative. This one you will not see. Only this one you will see. In case you are assuming the positive, this one you will not see, this one you will see. And when you have two trades, it means there is no direction you have given. In case both the area you will see. Half of that particular area. It means there is a 10% significance level, 5% here and 5% here. And the data, the beta value, it was showing the, on that basis you will see that value lies here or here. If there is a negative sign, it will value lie here. If there is a positive sign, value lies here. Clear? And this is the confidence level. This particular line known as the confidence level. This particular line. And how we see उसमें मैंने क्या चाहता there is a chart log book, you know that log book. From log book you can see the value. Especially you will find in case of 0.05 is around 1. I think 85, and in case of 0.025 it is 1.6 around. This value like. Okay. If you see the log table corresponding to that value, so you will see. So come to the point, if your value lie here, you will reject the alternate and accept the, again I am correcting, you will not accept the null hypothesis and accepting the alternate. Because there is a chance of 5% here. Okay, clear? Read out. अब आगे चलते हैं इसके. So what you have read till date? What you have read? What you have read? You will find in the later. Do you know the measurement scale? How you develop the questionnaire? For data collection, you need questionnaire. But before developing the questionnaire, you must have an idea about what are the skills you are developing your questionnaire. So how many skills, measurement skills on which you are going to measure the responses of the respondent? Do you know? Both are right. First part is 4 types of skills: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. And then we can, the first one comparative, and the latter one is the non-comparative. Everybody knows about it or not? Akansha? चलो पिक्चर से समझते हैं तो हम ड्रॉ करते हैं बहुत टाइम. पिक्चर ठीक है. Basically, we all are talking about Likert scale, ply scale. But we don't know on which scale Likert is based. Anybody? Likert scale तो सभी डेवलप करते हैं. Ordinal, okay. Anybody else? What we do actually in Likert scale? How you are saying this is based on ordinal?
Sir, we are simply deriving some of the preferences, like some.
Sure, let us explain with the example. Is it clear? And because marker zero, मैं तुम्हें marker नहीं use करता. One, I'm just taking one example. I'm just giving a statement. As I told you in previous class, what we do in questionnaire, what we mean in the questionnaire. there are variety of questions we are using. When you are using the question, you can't use the like button. When you are asking a question, you can't use the like button. Like that, when you are using the question, you can use the one diagonal answers or open-ended question. For example, do you know about the marketing? Do you know about the marketing? For example, I am going to this particular example which I have taken. It will the people from where I am reading the response, I must know that they are aware about the marketing or not. The person who is having the knowledge in ways and ritual, when I am asking the question of the marketing from that respondent, there is no meaning. Because we have been unable to answer that question, but just because sir is saying he can't answer. But in reality, see, he don't know about the market. And you will find that problem when you are going to give this questionnaire. You will send some questionnaire to your friend, fill it by some other your friend. And in that consequence, the person who don't know about that particular phenomena or process, then you have said them that I get it from asking. Have you heard about the ICSSR and the Ramsey survey? Their name is now changed, but in our time, a renowned company who were giving too much money to people who were actually just like MPL and Green 11. Some companies are working on filling the questionnaire. Data collection is very difficult task. So that's why I pay some amount to that particular company, and that company will give me 500, 100, 1,000 or 2,000 data on my question. And how they do this, they just send the question to anybody, and they are giving 100 rupees per question. So that person who is filling that particular questionnaire, he or she will try to fill more and more questionnaires so that they can that particular amount. Rather than filling single, they will get 100 rupees, and when they fill 10 questionnaires, they will get 1,000 rupees. So they will try to fill without reading anything. So आया था कि फिर तो बैन लगा, but now they change their name and they are working again with another thing. So come to the point. So three types of questions generally we ask, and three questions are built on two concepts. One is the open, one is the closed. Closed means we are giving limited options. For example, one of my faculty, I will take his name. If you say anything, sir, this problem I am facing, he will give you lecture more than 1 hour surrounding that particular problem. He will not come on that particular point. उसके बारे में he will never talk about that. But he will speak more than 1 hour continuously, but not on that particular topic. So the point is, for those who will never go with the open-ended. And another, when we are using the conclusive research design, we never go with the open-ended. Because we have limited time, that's why we are putting the conclusive research design, and we are trying to reach a conclusion. That's why we are giving limited options. So for me, if I want to collect response from that, so I will go to the limited either 2 options, either 5 options. It's a reading or answer. And explaining. So in dichotomous question, basically we use the introduction part. For example, do you know about this? Do you know about this? Do you know about this? To know this particular responsibility is familiar with this concept or not. From where I am going to ask the question, ask the responses. They are familiar with that particular terminology or not. If they will say no, sir, I am not familiar, and they have filled all the questionnaire. What is the meaning of that question? Initial screening for that purpose, we use the dichotomous question. And in every question, we are giving limited options. So for me, if I want to collect response from that, so I will go to the limited either 2 options, either 5 options. In every question, we are Rather than saying, sir, I am asking the gender and other things, okay, that is the informative question. Okay. In introduction part, we just try to ask the question to know the familiarity of that particular respondent with that particular phenomenon. Okay, these statements, because every respondent is having limited time. Every respondent is at limited time. Okay. So, dichotomous question. Come to the main part, which is known as the main questionnaire. That is the scaling part. So, in scaling, what we do? Scaling, basically, generally we use the Likert scale. Question comes in our mind, why do we use the dichotomous question for those variables, for example, quality, like that, rather than using the scale, Likert scale? Anybody? Any idea? Because that is very simple. If you ask someone yes or no, it is very easy for you to analyze the data. It is very easy. But in case of Likert scale, it is very complicated. So why can we use same dichotomous question with the respondent related with the variable? So observation change. Suppose that someone asks you, is Survey ma'am teaching me defective? Someone asks. And you have to read this particular statement. Okay? Someone who is very fan of man, he or they will try to say yes. Okay? And someone who is sometimes man, कभी डांट दिया हो, मैंने वो कहा कभी नहीं आया हो, फिर कितना? Explain. Both the options are not clearly representing the response of the respondent. My thinking style is effective. Suppose that this is a statement. Some of you found that ineffective. You will say agree. Okay. Suppose that I am taking a 5-point Likert scale, they are strongly disagree, neutral or indifferent, agree, strongly agree. Okay? This is the narrow 5-point Likert scale. You will say either on. If you are very happy, you will click on strongly agree. If you are angry, you will click on agree. If you are dissatisfied, you will click on either disagree, either strongly disagree. Here you have 5 options. और जो आपके सर के ऊपर से निकल गया, you will say indifferent. Somebody not ready to give the response. So if I ask to my friend, he has never give the response because see, he put that he will take some action in terms of cutting the mark in say narrow and that another thing. So that time he will never give. So the point is, when we are asking same statement in dichotomous type, my reason is that who are you? एक पार्टिसिपेट So that's like it will, if I give the statement and ask the question either yes or no, you just give your opinion, and you are in between both of them. It will neither you are neither you want to say yes, neither no. In between your opinion. That is good, but not very good. Sir, it's bad, but not very bad. So, by using the dichotomous question, being a researcher, I will not get a right response from the respondent. And that's why we use the Likert scale. So that we can get the maximum actual response of the response. And then we are talking about the selective issue. You will see the experience side increases. 5, 7, 9, 11, 14, 13, 15, like that. It means we get on actual response. Suppose that someone is lying between agree and strongly agree. So he or she is having two options, either agree, either strongly agree. But his or her opinion is in between that because the issue is very sensitive. So how we can get the response? So in that case, we increase the scale size. We increase the scale size. That size, for the actual response, we go with the lighter. And lighter scale is basically itemized rating scale, which is based on interval scale. We are giving certain rate, it is out of 100, 20, 20, 20 and 20. See that? It means if someone is taking our 5, if we strongly agree, it means that is a 20%, agree 20%, indifferent 20%, disagree 20%, and strongly disagree 20%. It means 1 to 20, 21 to 40, 41 to 60, 61 to 80, 81 to 100. This is the interval, equal interval which we have. ऐसा हम नहीं कह सकते 1 to 5 for strongly disagree, 6 to 50 for disagree, and different regular interval. That means the interval should be 1. Okay? Or 1. So that's why this is itemized rating scale which is based on the interval. So we know that. Anybody any doubt about the scale? Yes, yes. Any confusion about the comparative and non-comparative? Any confusion? I know that. What is the comparative and non-comparative scaling technique? When we are comparing two or more variables, between the, for example, nominal skill and ordinal skill. Suppose that these four are participating in any event. It means I am comparing the performance of these four. This is the comparative scoring. I will assign first, second, third, fourth. Or I give them nomenclature by X, Y, Z, A. Okay? This is the nominal skill. Then we are assigning some number. Okay? And when we are arranging them in a order, first, second, third, and fourth, this is order. It will more than one variable. But in case of non-comparative, there is one variable. In that case, we use the non-comparative. That means the interval and what is the ratio? Very good. Where is the 0? The starting point are you prepared? So the questionnaire form. This is the process of questionnaire. Basically, why we are talking about the questionnaire within the research design part. As I told you, the purpose of research design is to minimizing the जैसा फोटो नहीं लो मैं पीपीटी शेयर कर दूँ understand what I am saying. When we are talking about the research design, the purpose of research design is to minimizing the impact of extraneous variables and minimizing the error. And the 100% correct characteristic feature of research is error. You must have it. For example, in forecasting, And what becomes forecasting? Forecasting की सबसे important feature क्या होती है? It cannot be correct because we are not God. So we can't predict the future. We can't do the 100% accuracy. That's why in research also, we don't know about the future. Because research design we are doing first, then we are going for data correction, and the environment changes very fast. So by considering those changes which is going to be occur in future, we are keeping in mind and formulating our research design so that we can control the upcoming external variable impact on our research. Okay, and one of them is the questionnaire. Because the question we are going to ask, if that is not correct, you will get the wrong. This is the research instrument, that's why we say this is the research instrument. Your instrument through which, for example, bat or a cricketer, bat should be very good. For a badminton player, badminton should be very good. How many of you are playing badminton? Cricket? Sport oriented one. Which is the best company in manufacturing the badminton? Gyaneshwar, Victor, these are the two popular companies who offer the best badminton. So come to the point. Questionnaire development is very crucial. Your questionnaire should be very accurate, very specific, and never try to confuse your respondent, and never waste the time by asking the repetitive question. You should be smart. And while administering the questionnaire for the data collection, then you are doing in field activity, you have to administer the questionnaire. And what you do in administering the questionnaire, you just see the gesture and question of the respondent. By clicking on that particular statement, what is her facial expression? By that, you know that he or she aware about this or not. And that's why the best technique, as I told you, the interview technique is one of the best techniques, where we are actually taking face to face the respondent and we are noting down their gesture and posture. Because we know that we are the human being and everything, our facial expression, and now in this era of artificial intelligence, now the companies are using metaverse marketing and other things where they are trying to know what are the changes they are coming on the face and mind of the customer while doing anything. So the upcoming era, which talks about the artificial intelligence, metaverse, AR, VR, okay? तो कैसे पे काम है? क्योंकि कस्टमर आपको they give you not the 100% accurate response, okay? But when they are wearing certain device, whatever they are thinking, the device actually monitors he or she is listening to us or. So that will give any company the right data to take the right decision, either about the product, either about the solution, either about anything. So come to the point, in questionnaire administration, being a researcher, you have to be careful. The questionnaire should be very good. If your questionnaire is good, you will get accurate data. And that's why I was talking about the 95% confidence level. And for questionnaire development, there is no necessity that you develop your own questionnaire. There is no necessity. You can take the benchmark questionnaire for some researchers who have published their paper in human journal or much reputed journal in your area. You just identify your top 10 journals of your area and read only those papers. Rather than reading the papers which are available on Google, you try to read those papers which are top 10 journals of your area. That will give you clear cut idea. Because Google papers are available and it's a personal. So you can take any questionnaire of any researcher as a benchmark and you can add on those one or two variables or one or two. And in research always remember, in India it is very famous concept that is by writing the paper sole author. Yeah, and I have written paper solely. This is one of the worst. In foreign or in good research journals you will see more than 5 or 10 research. But they are associated with same phenomena. They are associated with same phenomena. If the paper published in marketing, they all are related to the assigning to संस्कृत का प्रोफेसर उसमें, ठीक है? Someone from another field, because this is happening. This is happening. You will see so many people, so many unethical organizations who are taking 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 1 lakh rupees, and they are publishing it. And in that paper you will see one from China, one from Thailand, one from USA, like that. Okay? You are one of them. So, such type of paper there. You see, who is the affiliating body, from which department that particular person is. So that's why this type of problem you will never face in good journals, which are top 10 journals are related. So questionnaire we have to. Then, very important to ask your questionnaire. When we are doing for data collection, is your questionnaire reliable and valid? Because without reliable questionnaire and valid questionnaire, you will not get the right response. So the question is, what is reliability and what is the validity? Anybody? In simplest way, I would like to explain you what the reliability to the validity. Shooting or archery, you know that? Shooting, Olympic, archery. There is a famous player of archery in India. Very good. So, the point is, when they get the maximum mark, then they hit at this particular point. And when they are shooting, move far from this particular place, their point reduces. Come to the reliability and validity. Reliability means whatever questionnaire you are using, if that is giving same response again and again, your questionnaire is valid, reliable. If you question, it means the respondents who are giving response towards your questionnaire, and if they are giving more or less same response on every time, it means your questionnaire is reliable. It means if you are hitting at this particular point again and again, put them. If you are given 10 times and 10 times you are hitting here, it means your shooting is reliable. The respondents are giving same response, 10 times asking same question, they are giving same, your questionnaire is reliable. Now the question is what is validity? Anybody? Almost you are in second year, I think research. पढ़ा नहीं? नहीं यार, just asking about question validity. तो वो तो बाद में भी जाएंगे. Confirmatory और both validity. But that is another part. Okay, come to the point. Validity means whatever the response I am looking, if I am giving that response and what I am looking, I am asking you the relationship between the price of product and sale of product. My variables are price, quality, innovation, and my questions are talking about how you feel comfortable at your home. That means whatever I am looking, the purpose for which I have developed the questionnaire, if that purpose is meeting, it means I am getting the response to that specific area, the questionnaire is valid. Now, how we can further be explain it? In three ways we can see the validity of the question. Content validity, context validity and तो पहले अभी ले लिया ना हमने कंटेंट वैलिडिटी क्राइटेरिया वैलिडिटी है
context construct
चलो अब एक समझते हैं कैसे and although there is a software through which we can check the validity of the question but being a smart researcher doing when we are doing pre-testing or pilot testing before doing in actual field. The purpose of pre-testing or pilot testing is to take the validity of the question. And how we do this? We send the questionnaire to the expert, the real practitioner, and others, and we ask their recommendation. And then we see, first of all, what are the variables we have taken. We are actually defining your problem or not, which we have done already. Most of the researchers, they do the mistake in this particular area. Their questionnaire is different and problem is different. So that expert actually see the relevancy of your questionnaire in terms of variables and the variables in terms of the problem. And then another thing, what he or she will check, is there any repeating question? Then we will remove. If the language of the question or the statement is right or wrong, if the keyword which you have used in that particular question that is easily understandable or not. For example, I am a guy of supply chain management. I cross docking to you to किसी को even in area of marketing and supply chain, I ask 100 people, out of 100 only 10 or 5 people will give answer on the crowd document in India. But that is very important keyword, important phenomena, important strategy. Most of the companies, most of the people are using, but they are not aware about that particular specific word cross document. So you have to see who is your respondent, from where you are going to get the response on this particular keyword, that is understandable or not. Being a smart researcher, that is mandatory. You write the definition of that particular keyword at the bottom of the question and put a star mark or whatever. So that if a C is having doubt, they can see at the bottom what is this particular keyword. It means the purpose of questionnaire validity checking is to minimize any cons, any doubt which is going to be arise in mind of the candidate. So mathematical tools are also available, but I prefer the manual one by sending the questionnaire to expert. Okay. Because in software, whatever data you will put, analyze the data and give it. For example, factor analysis. किससे करते हैं factor loading check करने के लिए which factor is important and discriminant validity, combined validity would be used. Have you heard the term? So we check the reliability and the validity. Whatever the information we are looking by this questionnaire, we can get or not. Criteria validity, the different three specified criteria, the questionnaire is meeting those criteria. Content validity, what is the content, what are the content of that is good or not. And the context validity, in which context particular thing is going to be asked to the it used to match. Then the questionnaire is okay. And then after pilotically you get some uneven response, it means there is some problem in your questionnaire. Some problem in your questionnaire. Statement type क्या हो गया?
11 minus last
ठीक है, क्वेश्चन पार्ट चलते हैं. हाउ क्वेश्चन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Basically, in questionnaire, they were trying to ask a concept type of question. They were asked the leading type of question. Uh, they were asked biased question. Okay? And especially when the matter is highly sensitive, very carefully you craft the question. So the matter is sensitive. Because a single mistake, a single wrong is taken into your questionnaire affect the response of entire. So so that's why we do the pilot study. We just take their response, what is their gesture and posture while taking on or filling particular statement. You know that where the SE is hesitating, where SE is confused, where is very clear, confident, like that, and you rethink about those statements on where there is certain doubt from your responsible side. So, two types of questionnaire, structured, unstructured. You know that. We have already discussed. Now come to the sampling part. Now we have a questionnaire. Even after rigorous process, we develop the final questionnaire with which I am going into the field. Okay. Now, in field where I am going, from whom I am going to connect with it, I have a questionnaire which is based on our variable, which is based on our objective achievement, which is based on problem defining. Okay. Now, who are the actual people, the respondents who can give the answer for this particular question? By getting the response, I will reach a particular solution to my problem. Okay. So though we adopt the simple design sampling. So basically what we do in sampling, if I'm the target population, for example, suppose that this is population for 5 studies, and this will conduct a research, okay? And I have some problem in my leg. So I can't move from one to another leg. For example, I do that. So in that case, I prefer to convenient sampling. Who are nearby me, I just do the questionnaire, we just fill and give it. But it is not representing the last detail. And your sample should be representative. Your sample should be representative. And this representation part is very important. And so many researchers told that the random sampling is one of the best techniques, simple random sampling. What is a simple random sampling technique? Everyone is having equal chance of selection. मतलब मैंने out of this classroom 30 या 20 मुझे 10 या 5 का response चाहिए. I want to tell you just decide the sample size 5 or 10. So what I will do in simple random sampling, I will close my eye and I coin or something, and whoever gets that particular coin, that will be the respondent because I am unbiased. I did not perform any biasness in throwing the particular coin. But the problem is that, suppose that this is my capacity, I just threw it nearby the people who are using it, or I forcefully throw it, the last one will get. So again, that is not representing the first source. If the first one is getting, they are not representing the last source. So that's the ideally, being a smart researcher, I am telling you, never adopt this, but I am telling you because ultimately you have to do this. When you mention that you have used convenient sampling, which you will do, ultimately you will do convenient sampling. Okay? Because this is not, you know, where population is very small and where respondents are getting money for filling the questionnaire. In India, It is very difficult. Your population size. But the research papers, they are creating a question mark when the paper is being done pending in chapter. Even in thesis also created thesis, the interviewer will raise the question if they are mentioning that we are to do the continuous chapter. So what we do? We change the term continuous to purposive sampling or judgmental sampling. So most of research people can see that they mention judgmental or purposive sampling. That is again of continuous sampling. Purposive sampling or judgmental sampling is a type of continuous sampling. So some people raise the question on that part. So being a smart researcher, you say initially I started sampling with the simple random sampling or the probability sampling. Where I have given equal chance to everyone, but the response rate was really minimum. This is the reality. For example, you send the questionnaire to 1,000 people on mail, rarely you will get the 5 or 10 response. But you have done the random sampling. Each and everyone you have said, just like a consultant. Then you give, you have certain logic that after, despite that using the probability sampling, I did not get the sufficient number of response. That's why I have shifted to non-probability sampling. And in non-probability sampling, I have used certain logic to decide the respondent. That's why it is judgmental sampling. And you have to put 1, 2, 3 or 4 logic that why you have using this one, not using this one. Always remember, you must be answerable for each and every. What is the logic? In first class I told you the opportunity cost. You have to be answerable for the opportunity cost. Why you have to do this one, why you have not to do this. So you have written. Otherwise, interviewer argument will not correct. You must have answered. So in that way, we explain our sampling. Okay? But karna, probability sampling first you use and then go for non-probability. So determining the sampling frame. What is sampling frame? I told you in last class. Anybody? What is sampling frame? As I told you in research, everything should be logical. You can't say I pick this one, this one, this one. You can't say like this. Why you have picked this one, and this one? What is data source? What is the source? Your data source should be authentic. स्ट्रीट वेंडर या बेगर ने आपको एक टिप कमा दी, इतने हमारे डोनर हैं, on that basis you can't do it. There should be a data source which you have the sampling frame from where you find the details of the respondent and you do the sampling method, either probability, either non-probability. Okay, so that source known as the sampling frame. Select the sampling technique and determine the sample size. अच्छा, very question. तुमका भी creative था. What is the right sample size? What is the right sample size? Anybody? There are so many formulation, formula, and different researchers have given. What is the size? If population is known and if population is unknown, in both cases, different techniques. And the population is unknown, 384 is the minimum sample size. Okay? For unknown population, 384 is the minimum sample size. Okay? इसके ऊपर जितना लेंगे. For example, I just want to study on consumer behavior. What is the response of consumer on this particular product? Okay? In India, 1 Arab 50 crore. Actually, I don't know out of them who are using Metformin. I know the population of India, but out of them, who is using, or who is eager to use prospective and actual customer, I don't know. Okay? हम ऐसा नहीं कह सकते कि जो भी न्यू बॉर्न है वो भी हमारा अभी दे आल्सो इंक्लूड इन 1.4 So which actual our customer or prospective customer identity. So the population is unknown. So in that case, 384. But when the population is known, it means 20. In this case, क्या होना चाहिए? Vary करता है situation to situation. It varies from situation to situation. Ideally, when the sample size is very small, population size is very small, you go with the 25%. It means in this class, 20, 25 is 5. In case of consumer survey, when the population is very high, you go with the 10 times of the question state. Whatever the question is given, suppose that out of 5 variables, in each variable we have asked 10 questions. So there is 50 questions. You just multiply by 10, so the 500 will be the best sample size. So it varies from situation to situation. There is no universal pathway. There is no universal pathway. For example, if somebody asks you to go for study in the airline industry, there are 5 or 10 companies. Out of 5 or 10 companies, 100, 200, 1,000 कहाँ से लेके आएंगे? Suppose that I have prepared a questionnaire which is containing 100 questions. और पहला रूल अप्लाई किया 100 multiplied by 10, it means 1,000. So 1,000 airline companies कहाँ से now? It is very confusing. So मैं बता दूँ कि सब क्लासेस target population, you know that, and you know that.
height आ गया नहीं बस कर दे बस
ये एक this is the standard time वो minimum size, ठीक है? This is the minimum size, especially in marketing area. You have to see which type of research you are doing. If your research is problem identification research, it will market potential exploratory type. In that case, minimum size would be 500, but ideal range is 1,000 to. Okay, minimum should be 500, but ideal if you want to get the accurate information, then it would be between 1,000 to 2,500. Okay. In case of problem solving, if you know the problem, if you know the variable which I have taken, in that case, 200 would be the minimum, and ideal is between the 300 to 500. So in that way, you can take as a benchmark. This is a tested model. I will share it with you. Now the sampling technique to discuss करना है, you know that. Do you know the coding? How you code the questionnaire? Because while data entry, जब आप data collect करते हो, your question should be coded. Do you know the coding? Because in Excel, you have to enter the code, which is easy for understanding. Okay. Coding, I am just asking simple about the coding of the questionnaire, coding of the statement. So you know that because after analysis, that will give you your data. You don't know if this particular data are representing which variable, which item. Okay. And if you are entering text into the ICSSR, that creates error. So that's why you have to code first of all, and after the analysis you have to decode. Okay? When you are writing the pieces and writing the pieces, you have to decode that. So coding, you know that?
Sir, in this cases we keep the values like 1, 75, 8, so this is how SPSS understands the value.
Good. Basically, as I told you, research is a very lengthy process. Whatever do it one time. Again to modify to make it triple. As I mentioned in literature review, so just do single time. from where you copy and paste in use cases in research paper, just like in data analysis. Whatever the coding you are giving to different statements while entering the response of the respondent, okay, to give them some code. And in that way, when the analysis happens, you clearly identify that, for example, predictor variable which I have taken, that will give you P, Q, like that. In that way, if you know that, you can easily explain or interpret that particular term. Okay. Abbreviation you can use like that. Data entry to be कितनी ना? Okay, math. अरे बोर हो जाएंगी चाय कैसा चल रहा काम
अरे हम कॉलिंग करिए ऐसे